What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of El Jardín Perdido. Today we're making a planter's box. Alright guys, so I've got a hibiscus up front here that is actually in a big old pot. The plant itself is getting so big it's actually tipping the pot. The pot is corroded, cracking from various freezes. It's actually a terracotta pot, so yeah, it's on its last leg. I'd love to put it straight into the ground where it's at, but it's actually under a concrete slab. So what I'm going to do is build roughly a 2x2 foot box in about 15 inches to 2 feet up. We're going to see how it plays as we're going along here. But yeah, I've sketched out some rough plans here. So yeah, I thought I'd walk you guys through how I'm going to do that. Basically, I got some cedar boards that are 1 by 8 inches, 8 feet long. And what I'm going to do is basically stack 4 of those on each side. So I've got all the rough pre-cuts here. I'm going to take the circular saw, make all those rough cuts, and just bang it together with some deck nails, and we'll see how it comes out. We're running low on daylight here. I usually don't film towards evening, but we'll see how it goes. All right. All right guys, so I have most of my pieces cut. What I'm gonna do now is start banging some nails into these. I have 2-inch deck nails that should hold everything pretty well. Basically the frame of these is a 2x2. I guess this is 14 1/4 high. That's how high 4 of those planks are. They're actually 1 by 3 1/4 by 8 feet long. And they're all cut now. We're gonna bang them together here. All right guys, so as you can see, we're pretty much all nailed together. My last finishing touch is gonna be rubbing in some coconut oil to preserve it, as it's not treated. This is pine. I don't know if I said cedar before, but it's pine, pretty sturdy, but yeah, we're gonna reinforce it by rubbing in some coconut oil. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna scoop out some coconut oil, put it on there, and start rubbing it in. All right guys, so a few days later, I finished up the box. I've since then actually coated it in some coconut oil just to seal up things a little bit. It'll age, it'll look nice, but it won't be too quick to rot. I think in the beginning I said it was cedar, it's actually pine, but yeah, a few days after rubbing that oil in, it's all soaked in and already looking good. But what we're gonna do is get this old pot out of here, the terracotta pot that's falling apart. We're gonna put the new planter box in, and we're gonna start filling it up and transplanting this hibiscus. All right, so I'm gonna be real careful here, because one of the reasons why I wanna get rid of this is these edges are really sharp where it's cracking. It's probably gonna be pretty heavy. It's pretty waterlogged from rain. Yeah, it definitely is. Actually, I think we have some roots that have tapped into the ground here. I think that's why. Yes, we do. As you guys can tell from there, we have roots that have dug in all over the place. So I'm gonna pull those out. A better grip here. Wow, we've got roots all over the place. So after this is said and done, I'm probably gonna have some hibiscus popping up throughout here, and I'll transplant that later, I guess. Okay, so we have most of the area cleared out, got some weeds out of the way and stuff. The way the roots are growing out of this, I may have to bash the pot open. It's already terribly damaged as it is. But real quick, I'm gonna put the planter box in place. Perfect fit right there. I'm just gonna even things out. Yeah, by the looks of this root mass, I'm going to have to crack this puppy open. Got a hammer here. Just making a fracture all the way down. All right, so we have a majority of it exposed now. Got the planter box in place. What I'm gonna do is put down some pea gravel as the first layer. It looks like a really good size box for the project we have here. I'm probably gonna need the prune, the hibiscus, give it a little root prune, massage out some of this mess. All right, so on a little side note here, this is a separate video, but it's essentially micro composting. Got a pretty large pot here. I don't know if it's 50 gallon or what, but it's pretty huge. And I've been composting in here. This is just mulch on top that I'm gonna use for the hibiscus, but we have some really nice compost that I'm gonna use for this. I'm gonna add some organic gardening soil that I bought on top of that. We're just gonna work some of that in there. Now I'm gonna dig out a rough hole for the hibiscus to go back in here. And grab some pruners and see what we have to do with these roots here. Looks like we may have to do a little more damage to the pot here, get things out. There we go. So yeah, we have tap roots looking okay. This one got some damage from when I pulled it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to nip it. But we have plenty left to work with. All right guys, now I'm gonna kind of place it on here, eye things up, massage out the root ball, and try to get it in place a little bit. All right, so right now, I'm just kind of burying these tap roots, kind of letting them lay where they'd usually lay naturally, and burying them. Okay, while this is not as deep as I'd want it, I do know that the soil underneath is going to keep breaking down, and so this will actually be a little lower. Notice that with a lot of my plants and stuff. All right, the stake is hitting the rocks now, so it's as deep as it's gonna go, but that will give us a temporary fix here. So I'm gonna top the rest of this off with some more soil. Just leveling it off with the roots. All right, now we're gonna dress it with the mulch that I had left over. All right guys, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna see about maybe pruning things down a little bit in the meantime. So as you can see, it's a little off camera. I think we're close to 10 feet up there. This thing got a little out of control, but what I'm gonna do is help it out with some of the weight here, which means taking off some of the longer, heavier branches. Okay. Yeah, that's already helping a lot. I'm not only doing this for the balance of the physical weight of everything, but also because some of the roots got tampered with. I want to cut things down so the tree's not trying to struggle with less roots. I do also have some air layers on here that I'm not gonna messed with yet, that's another video. I'm gonna go through with the pruners now and do some fine tuning. While I'm pruning, I'm actually kind of being conscious of where I want to shape this and where I want it to grow. Probably not outward too much. All right guys, well it looks like we have everything pretty well balanced, pretty well pruned. I'm gonna tie it to the stake there and I'm gonna water it in really heavy, but I think we're gonna be all right. Hibiscus is pretty easy to root, it's pretty resilient, so it should bounce back okay. So I'd say between the before and after, things are looking pretty good. All right guys, well that turned into a bigger job than I thought it would, given the roots and everything. I made that planter box because I knew there was some urgency with this, but I appreciate you guys tuning in and staying tuned if you have until now. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Be sure to check out some of my other videos and consider subscribing if you're into this kind of thing. Anyway guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.